When I had a threatened miscarriage, Hugh Joseph's childhood sweetheart suddenly fell seriously ill. Hugh gave up on me and chose to save Trina Walters. That night, thunder and lightning struck New York. I stood in the rain at a loss, blood streaming down my legs. The next day, I heard that Trina was out of danger. Hugh posted online, which was a rare thing, and he thanked fate for favoring him. Trembling, I left a message for Hugh. "When are you coming home?" He didn't reply, and I saw with my own eyes that he went with Trina for chemotherapy. Later, he said, "We can have another baby, but she only gets to live once." When Hugh drove away, the pain in my abdomen finally disappeared. Blood was oozing out from my lower body. Perhaps it was a connection between me and my unborn baby. Anyway, I felt a pang in my heart. Felt like I was saying bye to him. The cold rain wet my face, but it was nothing compared to my heartache. I knew he didn't love me, but it never occurred to me that he could leave his baby behind. Please hold on. I kept praying that my last trace of hope wouldn't be robbed away from me. Until a beam of car light shone on me, I finally felt like I saw my savior. Then I completely passed out. When I woke up, my baby had left me for good. Since Hugh left last night, he hadn't sent me any messages, but he posted something on Instagram. He seldom posted anything. In the photo, he tightly held Trina's hand. The words attached were, "Thank fate for allowing you to stay with me." The two of them in a comforting single room were in stark contrast to me in the crowded hospital hallway. I laughed at myself. I've been dreaming for the last 3 years, and it's time to wake up. "Hugh, let's get divorced." I texted him, and typing this line of words exhausted me. Not surprisingly, he still didn't reply to me. As the only son of the prestigious Joseph family in New York, Hugh had had everything since he was little. Everything he wanted would be handed to him. He didn't know what failure was till he met me. My father died to save Jim Joseph, Hugh's father. To reassure my father, Jim commanded that Hugh couldn't be the heir of the Joseph family unless he married me. Because of this, Hugh had been giving his family the cold shoulder for a long time, and Trina ran abroad in anger. Hugh lost both money and his loved one overnight. The only option he had was to marry me. On the night of our wedding, he got drunk and kept calling Trina's name. In these 3 years, he only treated me as a responsibility. But little did he know, I fell for him when I first saw him. I always thought that as long as I was obedient enough, he'd love me even just for a little bit. In these years, I had been cautious and solved everything by myself. I had never relied on him, nor dared to engage in so-called social activities for wives, afraid of causing trouble for him. But the fact proved how wrong I was. The fact that he felt at ease leaving me in the storm was proof enough that he was still a star out of my reach, the moon that would never shine on me. I blocked Hugh's number and handled the discharge procedures myself. At my urging, the hospital gave me the pool of blood and flesh that flowed out of my lower part. He was wrapped in a small box. His heartbeat stopped forever. I could no longer feel his warmth, nor could I whisper to him every night. I looked at him for a long time and decided to bury him in my flower bed. My favorite rose bushes were there. I always fantasized about him growing up and planting flowers with me. But he'd never grow up. Wiping away my tears, I was about to leave the hospital when I saw 2 familiar figures around the corner. "Hugh, I'm scared." Trina sat in a wheelchair, reluctantly holding Hugh's hand. Hugh smiled gently. When he was about to speak, he looked up and saw me. He unconsciously frowned as if my showing up here was a great mistake. Trina also saw me, and her face became somewhat distorted. "Why are you here?" he asked so naturally. Last night, when I had a stomachache and asked him to go to the hospital with me, he left me alone. Seemed he had forgotten all about it. I didn't want to waste time with him, so I turned my gaze away and was about to leave, but Trina stopped me. "Ava, you have hated me for so long, and now you finally get your wish." Trina said that her condition was very bad, and she might die soon. I didn't say anything, but Hugh became impatient. "What are you doing here?"